everyone, welcome back to the arcade. Today we have one of my personal holy grail arcade machines. This is Mad Dog McCree. Now this game, if you played it back in the day, was in every arcade. Any place you went you saw Mad Dog McCree there. And then they had sequels and other Laserdisc games like it. This was not the first Laserdisc game in the arcade, but I think it was the first full motion video game in the arcade. When I saw this, it felt like you were playing a movie at the time, and it was a showstopper. You know, when you walked through the arcade, there were crowds around this game when people saw it. I played this for the first time with my dad, and he thought, you know, he was not into video games at all. But when he saw this, he thought this was the coolest thing ever, and so did I, for that matter. You kind of figured that this is where all video games were going to go. And I think this game is a big reason that you saw so many full motion video games come out on Sega CD, PC platforms, and 3DO, etc. And that was a cool fad for a while, and then you kind of realized that all those games are kind of similar. Anyways, this game is really near and dear to my heart, just because of nostalgia, but it's still awesome. The fact that you can interact so cleanly with full motion video is fantastic, and the games are still fun. Everybody likes to play this game when they come over. Interesting story on how I got this, because I've been in the hobby for a while now, and I always wanted a Mad Dog McCree, but I could never find one. I had a chance at one, but I was very early in the hobby and I didn't know what I was doing, and that one was in a warehouse, and it was running a modded 3DO to play the games. And I didn't pull the trigger on that because, like I said, I was a noob in the hobby and I didn't know what I was doing. The guy who found this on Facebook, he got told about an arcade that was in the mountains of Colorado, and it was like an old ice rink, and instead of getting rid of the games, when the arcade, or it was like a mini golf place, they had like batting cages, ice skating rink, arcade, and when they closed that place, they built around it. So the guy just pushed all the arcade machines into the ice rink, and then he sealed it up. And so they sat there for like 30 years and nobody knew about them. And they built around it. So there's like restaurants and stuff around it. But in the middle of this plaza, there's an old ice rink filled with arcade machines. So this guy goes, he cuts a hole in the wall, and inside are all these untouched arcade machines from like 30 years ago. So he found like Mad Dog McCree, mint 90s Killer Instincts. He found a Time Traveler. He said he could only get 2 truckloads and that there was like 6 truckloads more games in there. Anyways, this guy posted about that score on Facebook, and he posted Mad Dog McCree. So I messaged him, like, hey man, that's a holy grail for me. If you ever want to sell it, let me know. And like 3 months later, he messaged me out of the blue. He's like, hey, are you still interested in Mad Dog McCree? And I said, heck yeah, I am. And he didn't really want to sell it, but he had so many games taking up room, which I can understand. When you have so many games, and they're in your way and you can't work on them, it gets really stressful and frustrating. So he decided to sell it to me, thankfully. And so here it is today. This is a game that I wanted from day one when I got in this hobby, and I never understood why it was so hard to find. It is a holy grail for me. If you've seen my Time Traveler video, I talk about it in there. If I had found this first, I probably would have been happy with just this game. Of course, I always wanted Time Traveler too, but this game, this is like top tier, all-time great arcade games that I wanted since I started collecting games. And I can't even believe that I have it. In fact, once I got this game, that kind of need to look for new games or find interesting stuff, it kind of died in me. Because for me, it was kind of like, I've got Mad Dog now, there's not much else to do in the hobby. Now don't hold me to that, because I'll always find something new, but it won't ever feel as special as something like this. And so, this is a fantastic game. The company who made this, I don't think they'd ever made arcade machines before. They definitely didn't design the arcade cabinets. These guys, they were doing like police training simulators and stuff for police forces. So they'd put a projector, and then they would take their, police would take a fake gun out and they would film real life situations, and then they would shoot the criminals or, you know, defuse the situation. And so those guys, they were like, well, this works so good for police, why don't we put this in video game form and put it in an arcade? So they built these cabinets and they put them in arcades, and it was a massive hit. After this, they made Mad Dog McCree 2. They made Crime, I forget the names, but they made a ton of Laserdisc games that were very popular in the arcade. But none of them were ever as popular as Mad Dog McCree 1, because it was the first time anybody ever seen anything like that, and it was amazing. And it's still pretty awesome. This version is running an Amiga computer instead of a 3DO, so I'm told has better fidelity. It's so awesome. This game's, it's the best, man. So let's check out some gameplay.
Let's see what kind of a shot you are, Pilgrim. Take a crack at this bottle. Nice shoot. Try another one. 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 Stranger! Howdy, stranger. We need your help. Mad Dog McCree's gang is taking over the town. The mayor and his daughter have been taken hostage out to Mad Dog's hideout. Sheriff, he's locked up in jail. We're going to have to get him out to help with the gang. Can you help? Good. One more important thing. Hey, old codger! Hey, now that's good shooting, stranger. What I was going to tell you is the keys to get the sheriff out of jail are with One-Eyed Jack. And he's in the saloon drinking. Now go get him!
That's Mad Dog's boys over there.
Looking at my keys, stranger? You wouldn't be trying to get the sheriff out of jail now, would you? Jocko! Huh? Show him why we did in trouble.
Thanks, stranger. I'll forever be beholden to you. I know you're looking for Mad Dog. But remember one thing. He wears a bulletproof vest, and here's the keys.
That's a bunch of crap.
You better work on your sharpshooting, stranger. You only got 2 lives left.
Behind the door! He's got a gun!
What?
You better get lucky, or you're going to be dead. You've only got 1 life left.
Yeah, you want that dollar.
Behind the door! Thank God you're here with the keys. I gotta get out of here. Mad Dog, you don't stand a chance. Let's go get him, stranger. I got him. Hey! Oh.
The map to the hideout's in the mine, but you've got to talk to the prospector first. Bah. It's showdown time, stranger. So holster your iron. We're gonna see how fast you can draw. You'll either be mighty quick or, well, that's why we gotta boot Hill.
Looks like this good old boy's seen his last gunfight. Time to take him to Boot Hill.
Alright, so that was some gameplay of Mad Dog McCree. My gun started acting up, so I don't know what happened there, but maybe I need to calibrate it. Anyways, this is a really old game, but part of the coolest thing about being in the arcade hobby is enthusiasts. They make new parts that work with old games. So this does have the original Laserdisc player in it, and it has Mad Dog McCree 2 Laserdisc in it. The Laserdisc player needs to be refurbished. I haven't gotten around to that. So I'm running a Dexter, which is a Laserdisc replacement. I have it in all Laserdisc games that I have or have sold, just because it makes life so much easier. The cool thing about this, though, is that Sean Wood, he built a board that you can plug into the original hardware for Mad Dog McCree and play all these games on it. So you plug in the board, you hook it up to your Dexter, and then he gives you this little dial. So I can play Mad Dog McCree, Mad Dog 2, The Lost Gold, Who Shot Johnny Rock, Gallagher's Gallery, Space Pirates, Crime Patrol 2, Drug Wars, and The Last Bounty Hunter, all in this one machine. So, you know, it's awesome. I don't even know, it's really, I mean, to play those games even on 3DO would probably, you know, be an undertaking. So to have them all here in one cabinet is super cool. Alright, so I've switched the game over to Who Shot Johnny Rock, which is another really cool game. This game, your gun is a Thompson machine gun, I believe. And they might have had an actual one in the arcade that did that, I don't know. I never actually played this in the arcade, only on the Sega CD. And the Sega CD version is pretty rough. So I'll just do a quick little demo of this.
Two-timer, a double cross. I don't know who shot him. Why'd you ask that grease monkey?
There's someone to see you, boss.
As soon as I saw her, I knew she was trouble.
I'm in trouble, and I need your help.
Then I made my first mistake. I said I'd listen.
Telegram for you, boss.
When I got to Johnny Rock, I found this in his hand.
Johnny, are you there? Johnny, what's the lucky number? Johnny, what's the lucky number? Johnny and I, you can call me Red, we were going to be married. Johnny had the goods on somebody, and I want you to find them.
I asked if she was being followed.
Let me explain the difference between the good guys and the bad guys. The bad guys have the guns.
Johnny had the goods on somebody, and I want you to find them.
I asked if she was being followed.
The key to the mystery will be found in Johnny's safe. Nail the rat that did this. Put him away until he's as old and gray as the cement in his cell.
Then I made my second mistake. I said I'd try. And then I opened the telegram.
And you got to remember all this stuff in order to get the good ending of the game, which you really got to write it down.
There are too many suspicious thugs hanging around the office. You better not come back here anymore.
Okay, now we're going to pick our place, which I don't know.
Nurse, give me a hose. You'd make a good sprinkler.
If you pick the wrong place, then you die, so... No office. Okay. I guess that's where you came from.
Don't forget your lucky number, boss.
You've put on a little weight. How does it feel to lose it?
The casino. I knew Johnny Rocket played in this private club.
What's the password?
I showed him my 38.
Okay, glad that you'll never leave this place the way you came in.
There she was in the purple cape, Lockjaw Lil. She was the tight-lipped dame that I needed to talk to.
Whoops.
Here we sit broken-hearted. A stray bullet killed our dearly departed.
Be sure and shoot the numbers to the combination in the order that you collected them.
You're going to end up a corpse just like Johnny.
I told Lil I just wanted the facts.
I loved Johnny. I was going to make him a star.
Then I told the bleeding heart I just wanted her clue to Johnny's combination.
This is what you need to look for.
Weird painting.
Once you get to the study, you'll only have 4 shots. What are you doing here? There's no evidence here.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered together today for the unfortunate demise of an innocent bystander.
I don't work for free.
You make a good stiff. A bad shot, but a good stiff.
Alright, let's take a look at the cabinet itself. So as I said earlier in the video, this was made by a company who had never made arcade machines. So it's really big. It's like 7 feet tall. Look at this compared to Defender. It's really awkward. It's really heavy. And when you move it, it is really easy to break stuff. So when I had this come here, the mirror and this front glass broke on it. And honestly, that's just because it's just, you know, most arcade games you can work on them yourself. You know, and fix things. Like Defender is made great, right? It makes total sense. But this game, like even just to put this glass in, it is a real chore to do it yourself. I don't recommend it. And same with that back glass. You need 2 people to help you. It's just not designed very well. I know these speaker grills are not original. I have replacements, and I just haven't put them in yet. You can see everything that's going on down here. And this whole tray pulls out. I'm not going to do it here because it's pretty crowded in there. I guess I'll pull it out a little bit. Anyways, the Commodore computer is in here, and it's all running into the Dexter, which is, you know, powering the game all together. Cool thing is this gun is all metal, which most guns, you know, in gun games are plastic, and even later versions of Mad Dog had plastic guns. The thing that makes unique Mad Dog guns unique has a mercury switch in it, so when you actually have to draw or reload, you have to tilt the gun down, which forces the mercury into the switch and reloads for you. So you don't shoot off screen or anything like that, like Lethal Enforcers, etc. You have to point your gun down and then point it back up, so you can do the quick draw, which is pretty sweet. Like I said, not made by an arcade company. This is a very generic marquee, but it's still badass. And here's the original side art, which, you know, I should probably put some adhesive or something on here, but the more I'm in this hobby, the less I want to fully restore games, and I just kind of leave them with their patina. Anyway, that's the Mad Dog cabinet. It's the same on the other side. Alright, so there you have it. This is Mad Dog McCree running Sean Wood's American Laser Games Multi and a Dexter. Original arcade machine using the original gun, etc. If you've never played this game, it's not going to be the same if you play it on Sega CD or 3DO, unless you have the light gun. And even then, it won't be exactly the same. But I urge you to try it. I find it hard to believe that anybody born, you know, was in arcades in the 90s didn't play this game. But for anybody younger than that who never played it, give it a shot. You're probably not going to see this in a barcade or an arcade anywhere, unfortunately. I don't know why that is. My suspicion is the gun. When the sensor in the gun goes out, that's it. Anyways, this game has huge nostalgia for me. It's so cool. It's one of the #1 games played when people come over, just because it's so interesting, and you don't get to see it anymore. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to see other games on this, I'd be happy to make videos about that. But you know, some of these other games, they might be better than Mad Dog McCree, but Mad Dog McCree is still classic. It's still my favorite. It's an awesome game, and this is definitely one that I will be taking to the grave, arcade-wise. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one.
Nice shoot. Try another one. Nice shoot. Try another one. Nice shoot. Try another one. Nice shoot. Try another one.